How you doing, everyone? Hope you're doing really well. Hope you had a good session today. It's been a definitely a hell of a trading day. I mean, just look at these ranges over here. So here on the left hand side, you guys can see the chart of the crude oil, and let me actually do something here so you guys can see these charts better. Just bear with me for 1 second. There you go. This is much better for you guys. So here we had just huge spikes today. Like crude all of a sudden, out of nowhere at 10.50, just freaking spiked to $79. And then came all the way back down into the range from today, pretty much. So here we kind of opened up last night at 6 p.m. for the Asian session at the $75. We checked down to 74.26. Right smack down at the London session open, right, at 3 a.m. my time. It's 8 a.m. London time. And then from there we're just kind of going up. So for all those of you who are able to predict, perfectly where the market's going to go, you just buy here, sell over here, and happy days. And at 11 o'clock, 10:45, you guys are done for the day, right? So yeah, I think much more I want to say realistic to take was this trade on gold. Let me just make it full screen now. I'll go MGC. Yeah, so on gold, you kind of could have established this trend line right here, and you could have just been buying that trend line, right? Or you could have realized at some point, right? Like we had the first test of this level right here. If we were to draw, and let me get rid of some of these lines that don't no longer sort of apply to what we're talking about here. But yeah, if you're kind of backtracking for what happened last night, then you could see that there was a first test here, second test here, and the third test here, right? So at this point, you could have been trying to buy this market and you would have had a really nice run. And here, this candle is at the Fed announcement today at 2 p.m., right? So that's pretty much what happened. And yeah, here too, we had a really strong breakout bar. You could have also just sold at this level here, put your stop above there, and that's an also nice, I don't know exactly if it's going to be like 1 to 2, but yeah, so we're risking like 65, and we could have made 94, right? So it's 1.4 risk to reward. If you guys are interested about this platform that I'm using here, this is Tradesy. It's a platform from Tradeify, for example. That's the prop firm that I'm using Tradesy with, Tradeify. But they also have, I believe, My Funded Futures and Lucid from other prop firms that use this platform. It's a really cool platform. I personally like it. You guys, I'm going to try to demonstrate to you kind of how it works in the course of this stream. All right, how are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good day. It was not so bad for me. I actually had a really good, a few good shots on the market. I was able to, on gold here, let's see if we can bring our executions. Trading, execution marks. Okay, so on this account, it looks like I've been trading crude. This one, same. And same. Did I trade crude on all of these accounts? Let's see. Crude oil. Huh, maybe. Oh, maybe it just doesn't show us. Anyway, yeah, so on crude, I had some longs here that I took, and then yeah, all in all, I was able to make a couple good trades today. So we're looking to continue this momentum for sure today. So let's see what we're working with here. Okay. So let's start from crude oil, okay? So on a, I always like to kind of go to a daily chart to see what's happening overall. Okay, so we have a bunch of these levels here. We can turn them off for now. But yeah, we're definitely at the bottom of the trading range, right? Like if you guys imagine that there's the top line of the top band of the trading range, 1, 2, 3 pushes up, and then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have the fourth sort of test down of this trading range. One may say that we can try to recover from that trading range, like it was an attractive price on so many occasions already when they came down to this level. But what I'm seeing, we didn't have a strong close of a bear bar like we do here right now at any of those points earlier in the past. So maybe this way we should just, well, we'll definitely, either way, we're going to play it kind of by ear, see what's going to happen before we get into any trades. But sort of, we could be thinking about some buyers stepping in at these prices. And we can also see the same thing at a 1 hour chart. We definitely have to zoom out like much more to be able to see that. Because like the dangerous thing I believe is to just look at this, right? And it's very scary. Like when you look at it like this, it's pretty much all you can see are the short positions, right? There's a lot of a bearish momentum. The market is going down. Like everybody can clearly come in and draw, you know, a bunch of trend lines. That this is a falling market, and it was a falling market for sure. But I think it's valuable to look at that higher time frame and just see that we could be seeing some potential buying right here. I want to, do I want to get rid? Yeah, I want to get rid of this trend line because it was already broken. Like I'm definitely trying to keep my charts as clean as possible. So if I see a level that no longer applies, then I just delete it. Mostly it has to do with trend lines than levels, unless it's like really far away, and I don't believe we're going to be there anytime soon, right? So that's the level I would kind of delete. Like for example, this one, even though it's far from here, kind of when you look at it, we were there just earlier today. So I'm definitely keeping that level still. Like even I want to add actually a new level up here, right, to the top of that pin bar. All right. So now what are our sort of ideas of what may happen? So we know that we can potentially look for the buying from these levels. So first sort of trade idea could be a test down to this level and maybe long from this level, right? So if we were to use an arrow to illustrate it, where are my arrows? Is it here? Yeah. Yeah, so first idea, test down to this level. And then long from here, going there, right? And then long from here. Second idea would be to have a further move down, test these levels, maybe go through the level, and then close here with a nice wick and a bull body, and then a reversal to either check here or maybe, you know, just keep going, maybe even here, right? And what I always like to look at is, so we just looked at the bullish case, right? Like what are our potential opportunities for to be buying this market? What if we want to now look at the opportunities to sell this market? Right? Because I believe we should always be flexible as traders. Like when we sit down, it's good to kind of have a bias sometimes, but very often when I was trading, this bias actually made it much more difficult for me to trade effectively. Because as you can imagine, like when you start looking only for longs, then you can get to the point that where no matter what the market is doing, you'll always be trying to buy, and that's pretty dangerous. Okay, so let's see the bullish case, the bearish case. So definitely looking at a bearish case, like reasons to sell, I would want to go to the higher time frame and sort of express this big trend line. See, so this trend line got kind of broken here, but I want to perhaps draw it with this pin bar over here. So maybe like this. And then what I always like to do when I do that, I like to just copy this line and kind of see if I can create a channel. Okay, so now that we've created this channel, we can see that the price may still go up to this, it may come down, but they also may test the bottom of this channel as well. So we're kind of in the middle of the channel, what I'm trying to say. And if we are in the middle, I wouldn't be the first one to buy nor sell, to be honest with you. Like if you want to sell, I would definitely look for a little bit of a reversal, maybe like here to this level. So that was pretty strong, and maybe sell from here. But I personally feel like it could be more like buying crude than selling. This is just some 5-minute trend line. These rarely hold, but sometimes they do. Maybe this one is more accurate. Let's see if we can connect these tops. How would we do it? Maybe like here. No, this one's the previous trend line. Yeah, this doesn't really work. All right. So let's take a look at gold right now. I feel like there will be more volatility in gold at this hour. It's going to be hard to match this, definitely. Believe it or not, I took a short right at this bar last night, but I got out here. The volatility was just so crazy. These bars are just so big. The stop losses were just like very expensive. But technically, I could have held it all the way down here. It would be a very happy boy if I did that. That's $78, and that's literally risking just like $13. It's crazy. So a 7-to-1 risk to reward. So yeah, on gold, an obvious bearish case, continuation of the move. It's going to be hard for me to draw a trend line here. See, maybe something like this. Maybe we're gonna push a little bit higher. But yeah, typically to draw a trend line like this, I need 2 points. And right now I only have 1 point. I don't have a second point to draw it. I could do something like this, right? But if we were to buy crude, like we thought about looking at the chart of crude, then knowing that gold has been more than less so negatively correlated to crude. So if the crude is basically what I'm trying to say is if the crude is going up, gold could be falling. So if we see that the crude is bullish, naturally we would be considering gold as bearish. Yeah, so maybe we're gonna test up to this level, and then we can look for shorts. But let's look at the daily, see what's happening at the daily chart. So we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. And this is the one that we just drew. See, so gold is kind of interesting because there are some strong levels of support. Like this is going to be a pretty strong level of support. And we almost hit it some days ago, right? So yeah, so this would be, we can probably treat this as our level of support. Now we're going to test back to it. Definitely this daily candle. What it did, it took out these two candles, like it completely covered them, and it closed the gap and that we had on the open on Sunday evening. So yeah, definitely gold is looking bearish for me. But then again, that doesn't mean that on a 5-minute chart, I'm not going to be buying it. This is just looking at the daily chart, right? On an hourly chart, we've been pretty strong, like going up, especially today, like this last, this bit, right? The last part of today. But then everything changed at 2 p.m. at the Fed announcement. Since then, we've been just going down. So yeah, I would be looking for some nice short positions. And we kind of have something forming here. It's just a very, very small pattern. So if I was to sell here, then my risk is $150 on 3 contracts. And from here, we could maybe go down to this. And 7. Yeah, there was a little bit of a support here. Support here. Yeah, so that could be. I could be interested in selling here. But what I'm going to try to do instead, I'm going to wait for this to test this level somewhere up here, fail, and then we're gonna sell. Al Brooks calls this the second entry buy, of sell, right? Second entry sell in this situation. So let's say this is the first entry sell, like the first time that we see an opportunity to sell or something interesting for us to sell from, but we're waiting for the second one. Because very often what they do, like they would show you the first entry and then they would take out all the stops before actually going down. So I'm looking for that stop hunt before I get involved with this market. And I appreciate that I talk a lot, guys, and you know, you may want to tune me out at some point, but I just feel like these are, you know, important things. After all, we're here to make money. So if I have something to share, I want to share it with you guys. Hopefully, you can benefit from it. In terms of the accounts that I'm trading today, I've got these 3 Tradeify accounts with daily payouts that I want to trade, and I have a Top Step account. The Top Step account, I'm gonna actually show you guys. So the Top Step account was at $500 maximum maximum drawdown, but right now we were able to get it back to close to 2,000. dollars in drawdown. So we're going to continue. How do we do that? First of all, we dropped our risks to like minimum. So it's a 150K account. Let me see if I can show you that, guys. It's a 150K account, right? So people would say that, oh, it's such a big account, you should be trading much more than $100. But when we got to like a $900, I think, daily, like maximum drawdown, then we got two bad trades. It dropped to like 500, and now we're able to rebuild it to 1950. So I'm going to continue taking only $100 risk per trade, 150, 200 maybe sometimes. But I will be aggressively adding to this trade. So if it goes in my direction, I feel like it's going to continue going in my direction, I'm going to be adding to the trade aggressively. So yeah, so that's my plan. And I'm going to try to get us back to where we were so you guys can see my chart clearly. Just a little bit more. Let's see. Is that good? It should be good, right? And I can put myself back here. Okay, so I see that gold trade. See, so this was that gold trade. So we were thinking about selling this, right? And boom, it printed a green bar. So now, and I think I can bring it maybe closer, just a little bit closer. Maybe like this, just so you guys can see it a little bit better. Especially those of you that are perhaps watching it on a second screen or like a smaller monitor or your phone. I want you to be able to see it. So my premise for the trade is still the same. Like, I want us to run these levels and then fail, and I want to be a seller up there. So if I was to express it with a trend line, I want this level to be attacked. I want them to fail just like they did here. And then I want to sell at this level. Currently, like right now, this is probably a good bullish bar, but not in this context. I don't want to be buying after such a strong bear move. So we're going to wait for the close of this bar, and then we're going to look at crude, see what the situation looks like over there. Okay, we have 1 minute and 50 seconds to the close of this bar. We'll watch it. Let's see if the stream is looking good on YouTube. Yeah, looks good. There's a little bit of a delay, but I can see that you guys are seeing this clearly. All right, so Yeah, so it looks like this market is already showing some examples of a selling pressure. What's crude looking like? What's crude doing? Crude oil. Oh, interesting. So crude oil has failed at this trend line. That's actually a very decent bar. It's only $190 risk. See, I would have sold this, but now I see that the next bar is a reversal bar, so I kind of don't wanna sell it anymore. Went down for $100. Yeah, it's only $190 to like $200 maybe risk. So good bar in a downtrend. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it down. Oh, that's a bad fill. Okay, so we're in the trade. We're risking 240. And in this account, I need to make like 500, I think. So we're trying to see the test of the lows from today. That was a bad fill. I didn't want it. I wanted to be filled like here at 37. Instead, it got filled at 34. So sometimes trading the Asian session is like watching the paint dry or watching the grass grow. But sometimes I've seen Asian session being very volatile, especially when there's a lot happening, like the wars around the world. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make it more like this so you guys can see the price. Too. Yeah, looking like not the best fill. Come on, let's make it happen. Let's come down. Let's see what gold is doing in the meantime. Okay, so gold has printed a really nice bar as well. Ah, man. Maybe we should have, huh? Just sell it here. We're looking like 500, yeah. Yeah, but we are already in the crude trade, so we're not going to be taking another trade. We're going to stay in crude. Come on, let's see some volatility, please. So it looks like we need 450 to pass this account. So yeah, that's kind of like the retest of the lows from today, the open. It could happen. It can happen, guys. Everything can happen. Damn, this gold's gonna be haunting me. Should have traded gold. Maybe crude is gonna be the more reliable one. Maybe crude is just going to go. And in gold, we would have been stuck and waiting for this to go in our direction. Yeah, it's a nice bars. Ooh, don't do this to us. Do not push lower. No, no, no. No, no, no. I do not want to see lower prices just now. If the crude oil goes down, on the other hand, not only will we make money here, but we'll also fill up our car if it's for less tomorrow. So it's a double-sided benefit. Double the value of that trade. There we go. Already making money. $30. Look at that. Jumping into top step here because I have gold on here. And it looks like it came back, gold, from all those. It touched 78 and it closed at 82. Crude is printing no green candles, just red candles. That's good. I think the spread is so large that it's just not showing us any profit. Like 34, it shouldn't be minus 20, it should be minus 10. But 34 is only one tick away from our entry, and a tick is $10 in crude. Oh, gold is pumping. Let's look at gold then, since nothing's happening here. Gold is pumping a little bit, huh? Yeah, it's good that we didn't FOMO into this trade, right? Like, probably the last thing you want to do is just, close your eyes and just monkey sell this market just because you see red. I always say you should have an idea of why you're doing anything in the market. It's like when we sat down today, right? Like, we looked at crude, we looked at gold, we looked at potential scenarios of what may happen. And then sort of when you have that kind of forecast and some sort of framework for the trade, then you can look for trades that sort of match your idea, or see if your idea is going to come true, come to life, and then be ready to act at those levels. So we drew that blue line here. If it's gonna get broken and then rejected, then that was supposed to be our short in gold. But instead, we saw a nice setup in crude. So I decided to take that one instead. And right now, it is losing us money. Yeah, we have a bull bar, but yeah, this doesn't mean anything. We're just gonna wait and see. Definitely, crude is not the most exciting thing under the sun today. Requires a tremendous amount of patience from all of the traders that aspire to trade it. But maybe it's the safer out of the two. For example, if you have sold gold, you would not be a happy boy right now. Because it's pushing up, it's pushing to that level that we drew, right? Like 289, or let's say 290. 4290, right? Crude, it's still at the same level, and we have a new bar. I like that the new bar opened lower, a tick lower, so that means that people sold after this bar closed. Now let's see if more people will sell. I don't know if you guys can see that in the recording, but the chart is here, right? So we were here, and then the market opened here at this price. So it opened one tick lower. So as soon as this bar closed, people clicked sell the market, right? We keep waiting. So now they're pushing a little bit higher. So this area could be also an area of support. Support, obviously. As we came down here, came up, then here we broke through it, and then here we're at against. It's not a very strong support. That's why I didn't have a problem selling there. Typically, you obviously don't want to sell supports, buy support and sell resistance. But in my eyes, it wasn't much of a support. Okay, so it looks like gold has touched that level. All right, so now I wanted to go through that level to clear the stops of everybody who sold this bar. They put their stop just above this bar right here. So I wanted to go past this level, and then we can try to sell. I'm not going to sell it by opening a trade unless we get stopped out from the crude, which may happen because I see that we're minus 120 over here. But unless we don't get stopped out from crude, I'm not going to open a second position. Nor would I like to be stopped out from crude. But yeah, it looks like there was a rejection at that level for gold. So not exactly the breakout that we hoped for, and crude's been is testing that trend line over here. Definitely our stop is quite close. It may get tagged. Yes, I know some people don't wait for the confirmation. So if I was the kind of trader that doesn't wait for confirmation, since I already drew that line and I know that this is where I want to be selling potentially, if I wasn't waiting for them to clear the stops and then go down, then I could have just put a sell limit order at this level. So as soon as the market clicked this, it would have turned it would have triggered the sell limit, and then it would have dropped, would have taken it down with us. But yeah, I just didn't want to pay the stop loss price, so I wanted to have a stop run and then perhaps a sell position after. Yeah, it's a nice rejection, as we can see. A really nice rejection of that level. crude is coming down a little bit too. We're $50 away. I'm gonna stream, guys, maybe for like another 30 minutes, okay, like 7:30, and then I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Let's look at like one of the crazy boring trades, this crude trade. In fact, I don't want to be for us to just be sitting here looking at it. Yeah, so a really nice reversal on gold. You could be selling it down here if you wanted to, because we tested that level and clearly there was a selling interest up there. Yeah, it's a shame that I'm in that crude trade because I could be selling this, but I'm not going to because I am in that crude trade, and I trade only one trade at a time with these prop firms. It's just too easy to let it slip, you know, and just get seduced into the market. So I try to avoid that as much as I can. Not as much as I can. Like I try to avoid it. I can't avoid it because it's my choice if I trade or not. So I do avoid that. I have only one trade at a time, and I'm not copying any of the accounts. So if I'm trading this account now, that's the only account that I'm trading, and that's the only trade that I have. Like trading is too unpredictable for you to be trading like two different markets, and then those markets could be correlated. So if you're, let's say, buying crude and selling gold, if you're wrong and gold goes up and crude goes down, then you're gonna get stopped out on both. It's just not worth it, especially in prop firms where you have very tight drawdown levels and you have to close those trades on that same day. Like if it's your personal account, you could be holding on to those trades. If you have the margin, nobody's gonna close those trades for you. Just gonna hold on to them. In prop firms, you have to have a tighter risk, so a stop loss closer, and you have to be hitting those 2-to-1s or better if you can. And that's kind of how you win at this prop firm game. Just to make your winners bigger than your losers. And that's one. And the second one is never let your drawdown level be hit. Come on, Crude. Can we fall down now? I'm really looking for these levels to be attacked. So we're 31. We sold at 34. So we should be in profit. But these markets just so illiquid that it's showing us 32, but it in fact it's sitting at 34. So now it's showing us $10 profit, but the price is 34, 31, right? I feel like the first sort of injection of liquidity is going to come at like 8 p.m. So we still have a little bit of non-event kind of trading. Non-eventful trading. Okay. Let's look at the gold again. Yeah, we had a big day today, so these markets are still recovering from the excitement of just the last few hours, really. Okay, so one more minute till the close of this bar. Would I like to be a seller of gold? Hell yeah. Looking at what it did today, absolutely. I still regret not staying longer in this trade. Freaking was selling from here. Yeah, $98. Holy hell. It's a big trade. Okay, so the next bar on gold opened as bullish. Yeah. And our crude is showing us crazy profits of $40. We've not seen $40 in green just yet on this. So theoretically, if we wanted to, we could move our stop down to just above that bull bar. If we wanted to. And we might, because if we go here, if we test this, then it's a likelihood that we're going to go up there too. And we're still going to get slippage, so it's not going to be 160. We're going to be hit for like 180. More likely. Well, at least this is a nicer risk to reward. Say like 160, 190, 180, and you can win 450. And once we start going, we can get there very, very quickly. So hopefully it can happen maybe in the next 24 minutes. Let's see, I would love for you guys to see that trade. It's actually when you start streaming, it kind of sucks, right? It's a little bit frustrating because when you stream, like much may not be happening, but then off stream, you have these trades that like bloody hell. If I could only have recorded that trade on a stream for everybody to see. But yeah, and then when you stream, is that just like today, not much is happening. Okay, we have $80 in that trade. $80. So now, okay, $100. So now I'm gonna show you guys. I want to show you the profit level. You see here? So now our account is at 26,184, 164 right now. And we need to get it to 26,500. If we get it to 26,500, then that account will be passed. So that's what we're going for. There you go. Yeah, I just want you guys to see it, just like a nice zoomed in view. Okay, so we were already down here. We tested something. We saw like 160, I think, in profits. They're still good. So like right now, I would be tempted to add to this trade, but on this account, I'm not able to add to this trade because I am limited to only one contract. And I'm already one contract, so I'm already in my maximum position for this account. So I can't add. But maybe that's for the better, because we freaking reversed completely. But look at what the gold is doing, guys. Look at this, huh? So we are running these stops, and we are maybe rejecting at those levels. So that's exactly what we talked about. Do I want to risk it? Takes like $150 trade here. No, guys, let's do it just because I have... No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I am being tempted to do it, but I'm not going to do it just because I am already in a trade and I said that I won't gonna be I won't take this trade. Yeah, we also had a strong close, so that could be a continuation. But yeah, if I wasn't in this crude trade, I'll be selling this. So let's do this, okay? So let's do our short position from here, and we're going to risk this much. So we would be opening 3 contracts and risking $150. All right, let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see if we get stopped out. Gold going up is a good trade for our crude short if we are considering that negative correlation. On crude here, I definitely like the fact that we broke through this low. So we have a lower low now. And gold is pushing higher. Okay, so maybe we did save ourselves some money, guys. What do you think? Is it gonna get stopped out? I think it will. So this gets stopped out. So this will be an example of a trading rule saving traders some money rather than just causing frustration. So very often when I have to adhere to trading rules, just a lot of sort of like struggle, right? And suffering to the point. Because, for example, if your rule is that you can only take 1 trade a day and that trade gets stopped out in 5 minutes and it's 6 p.m. New York, the market just opened, then that means you can't trade for that day anymore. So that's pretty frustrating. So typically trading rules just bring agony. In the long run, they do save us though. They save us from blowing up. But in the short term, it's just bring a lot of uncomfort. Okay, there you go. So we would have been stopped out from this. So yeah, it's good that we didn't take it. So now let's reassess. So where do we think this could go? Can it go up to here to 313? Maybe. All right, now I want that crude go to 450 and get this account done. So as soon as this account gets done, that take profit get hit, I'm going to lock this account and then I'm going to start trading another account. That's sort of how I'm doing the risk management on these accounts. I have multiple accounts that I can trade, but I don't trade multiple assets. I trade only 1 trade at a time, and I trade only 1 account at a time. And my risk is only like $150 per account. The reason I don't trade all the accounts at the same time is because I believe in streaks of bad luck and streaks of good luck. If I hit a streak of bad luck and I'm trading that all of my accounts at the same time, all of accounts are gonna get wiped out. If I hit a streak of good luck, perfect. Then it's gonna take much faster, and my gains are going to be magnified, and multiplied across 7 accounts, let's say. But because we don't know when we are going to hit the streak of good luck, I feel like it's much more reasonable and definitely safer and more profitable long term is to be trading just one account. What some prop firm traders do that make a lot of money in this business, they trade their accounts in batches. So they would trade 2 or 3 accounts at the same time, but in total they may have more than 15 accounts or 20 accounts or more than 20 accounts, and they would trade them in batches. So if the batch goes bad, if it's a bad batch, I guess, then there's another batch that they can trade. For me, I don't have so many accounts. The moment I have about 7, so I'm just trading them one at a time. And sometimes I run out of time during the day, because I can't just be sitting in front of the computer screen all day. So I try to trade them during the Asian session, like today. Then I wake up, I trade the London session for a little bit. Then I step out for a few hours, and then when I come back, I get to trade like the end of London and the kind of London New York overlap, end of like the London New York overlap, and the New York session afterwards. So yeah, sometimes I don't have enough time in the day to trade all these accounts. But even so, I'd rather not trade that account than trade all of them and hit a streak of bad luck. Because even if you take $100 per trade, you hit 5 bad trades at $150, so that's $600, and you get $30 slippage on each of those trades. So that's another $150 in just slippage. So you are $750 down on all of your accounts, let's say, and these accounts with Tradeify, they have only $1,000 maximum loss limit. So with a maximum loss limit of $1,000, being $750 down, it's really hard to get back from that, because you essentially have not even 2 shots at it, right? Like you can try and drop your risk even lower, like trade $100, but then with $100, very often on micro gold, you would not be able to even take a trade with a sensible stop loss on a 5-minute. Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. Okay, so this crude trade is starting to look good for us. We are hitting 1-to-1 on this trade. 1-to-1, so we're risking, we're getting the same amount of profit that what we risked. So we were risking 160 and we were 140 in profit. We were 160, I think, at some point. And gold's come down a little bit. Yeah, so it stopped us out, but now it's coming back a little bit. Apologies, guys. It's been a long day for me. I woke up at 3 a.m. to trade the London session. My dog woke me up at 1 a.m. to take her out. So I took her out at 1 a.m. And then I fell asleep for 2 hours and I got up at 3. So yeah, it's been definitely a long day for me, but a profitable day. So therefore it was a good day. Now I'm hoping for a really nice start of the day. on this Tradeify account in this Asian session with you guys. Hopefully we can get it. Let's see. I feel like we should come up with a game or something when the market is just so slow. Something that we can freaking do when we're waiting for this to move. And the gold's pushing up again. Let's see. Yeah, so you want to sell it here. Put a stop above this, and you're going to get stopped out. I already know. Because it's like an invitation to stop you out. We're still only $120 on this one. So we still wait. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here, guys, for another 9 minutes, okay? We'll stay till 7:30. We'll watch 2 more bars close. Let's hope we can see a nice drive to the downside. Gonna have to fill out my car tomorrow or Friday, so I'm vested in lower crude prices. Still nothing, huh? Alright, so this bar is going to close in 17 seconds. Okay. Alright. No, guys, it's not going anywhere. I'm going to check out. I'm going to sign out for the day already. And I'll try to do the same with you guys tomorrow, okay? Hope you guys have a nice evening. Thanks for sticking around, for tuning in. And I'm going to see you next time. All right? Thanks so much. You take care. Bye.